Welcome to TTMCast One-on-One with Jeff Baker. Every Wednesday, we'll bring one-on-one interviews with hobby professionals, former athletes, authors, and collectors. Sponsored by Certified Sports Guarantee. Go to csgcards.com for sports card grading for the win. And by sportscollectorsdaily.com. If it happens in the hobby, you'll find it on sportscollectorsdaily.com. And sponsored by GemRate.com. The latest grading statistic from the 4 major grading companies is just a click away. Visit GemRate.com. It's free. Sponsored by Collects, the free app for scanning and valuing your cards. Use the app to build your collection and buy and sell with other collectors. Turn the hobby into your side hustle. And now, here's our host, Jeff Baker.
There we go. Hello, everybody. It is Wednesday, July 25th. It is a holiday. Woo! The National is here.
Yes.
You are listening to the TTMcast One-on-One. TTMcast One-on-One. It's our Wednesday show. We're gonna release it on Tuesday because I'll be in the air flying to Chicago on Wednesday. But we'll pretend it's Wednesday. Okay, Drew? Ready?
Yeah, that'll work.
Thanks, guys. My name's Jeff Baker. I am the host of your program, talking to you from Boston, Massachusetts, and the other dude on the other line, way out in Arlington, Texas. His name is Drew Pelto. He is DFW Grapher on YouTube, on Instagram. Make sure you follow him, guys. He is on Twitter. Okay, make sure you follow him. He does a new video just about every week. How's the new video doing, Drew?
It's good. Just got it posted up yesterday, and I haven't. I've gotten at least one comment on it so far, so there's that. So it's people are seeing it.
Can you leave your house now? The paparazzi's out there taking pictures of you. People asking for autographs when you go to the supermarket. Is that how is it being so famous?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to claim. The cameras outside are. They're not security cameras. That's the paparazzi trying to get footage of me. That's it. That's the ticket. Yeah.
My man, he's famous. He is famous, and he is a content creator, and we love having him. He knows more about TTM than anyone, guys. He is the TTM. I don't know. He's like the Yoda of TTMing, right?
Autographs you shall get.
Yeah, TTM Jedi, the Jedi yes. Master is Drew Pelto. He's going to help us out. Guys, we have a fun show for you today. We're going to have Ezra Levine. Ezra Levine was the CEO of Collectibles.com, which is the fractional investment company, and he has left Collectibles, and now he has joined a new company. It's called Mascot, and it is a inventory management software that you can use for free, and it is for not just store owners, it's also for collectors as well. So we're going to talk to Ezra about Mascot. He just came aboard. He's been with them for a couple of weeks now, and they've got all sorts of cool plans. They just had their relaunch the other day, and we're going to talk to him about the company and about the hobby, and it's a really interesting interview. And Ezra is a big player in the hobby, right, as a whole, and he has a lot to talk about. So that is coming up, guys. So just to remind everyone, the Collects Marketplace is now live. Drew, I've gotten 3 cards delivered already.
Nice.
So I got my Brian Urlachers yesterday. So I got those for this national. I got my Fred Lynn card. So I've got three cards delivered from Collects. And how much money do you think it cost me, Drew?
I mean, out of pocket. You mean after you include that $10? Yeah. I'm going to say maybe about $2 out of pocket.
No dollars and no cents.
Nice.
No dollars and no cents. Guys, you want $10 for free? And when I say free, $10 for free, you can use $10. There's no betting. It's just $10 to use in their marketplace. You can buy any card you want, any multiple cards you want. You get $10. So I think I actually have $3 left that I'm going to still use. So if you want $10 to spend in Collects Marketplace, it's really easy. All you have to do is go in to the App Store or Google Play and download Collects. Doesn't cost you anything. COLLX. Download it for free, and then send us your Collects name and your email address. Your Collects name and your email address, and send that to
TTMcast@yahoo.com.
And then Collects will send you $10 and put $10 right in your account, and you can spend it any way you want. Pretty easy. Drew's got his $10. I know a lot of our listeners have their $10. I got my $10 I've been spending, and it's been working seamlessly, Drew. No problem. I ordered my cards, picked them out, got an email that thank you for your order. A couple days later, I got an email, thank you for your cards been shipped, and then they came.
Nice.
A lot easier than eBay.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So check it out. You want $10 from Collects? All you have to do, remember, get your Collects user ID and your email address. Put in the email address in the email subject line, $10 coupon, and we'll send it to Collects, and Collects will do the rest. And then you can go spend, right? $10.
Yes.
Do whatever you want with it. Send it to who asked that?
TTMcast at yahoo.com.
He's the man. He just made 50 cents.
Yeah.
Right? 50 cents.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. I went to the Red Sox and Mets last Saturday at Fenway Park. It was a gorgeous, gorgeous night. And the Red Sox won. They were winning. I left, it was 8-3 in the 8th inning because there were a lot of people that was packed. And it ended up being an 8-6 game. So I'm glad I left early because I would have had a heart attack if I thought they had a shot to lose that game because they were way up. They had four home runs off of Scherzer. Scherzer looked not like very human.
Wow.
And no one signed. Not one person was signing autographs. I did not see one player sign an autograph while I was there.
Jeez.
Unbelievable. And there was no one in the store signing autographs. But I am going on the 9th, and there is somebody coming, but we don't know. So I will. They said to be announced. So
all right.
I missed Rick Burleson's going to be there next week, and I forget who else is going to be there. Ken Ryan and somebody else are going to be there another night. So hopefully there'll be a couple guys signing autographs on when I go on the 9th. So that's my next Red Sox game. Also, I wrote an article for Sports Collectors Digest in their issue that's at the National. It's available. It'll be available online on Les Wolf. Kind of tips for the National and what Les and I talked about a bunch of stuff and national related, and that is an article. I think it's the second to last page of the magazine, so make sure you check that out. Also, I do write a weekly article for Sports Collectors Daily, but there will be no article this week because I'm going to Chicago, so no article this week for me in Sports Collectors Daily. But please follow me on social media at TTMcast on all social media except on Twitter. I am Cast TTM because somebody has TTMcast that doesn't use it.
Lame.
They took it like 5 years ago. It's a dead account. No one uses it. So I'm Cast TTM on Twitter.
Have you checked recently to see if they've maybe deleted it off there or anything like that? And maybe
no, I checked about a year ago and it was
geez.
still there. So I think I should check to see if I can get that because I really would like to have that as an account. But I do have a lot of followers now on Twitter, so I don't want to lose my group of followers that I already have.
Oh, you wouldn't. I think you can actually change just your regular Twitter name every so often or something like that.
So. Well, that would be good. How was your week so far?
Pretty good start to it so far. Went down on Saturday and Sunday to a couple ball games. On Saturday, went down to Cleburne, just south of Fort Worth, and saw the Cleburne Railroaders play at home against the Kansas City Monarchs. Monarchs ended up winning that one 3-2. Decent showing on the autograph front. Just nice. Looking through here real quick. Kansas City is loaded, by the way, with former major leaguers on their team. So they had Brandon Finnegan, who used to play with the Royals and the Reds. First player ever to play in a College World Series and a Major League World Series in the same season.
That's cool.
He was there.
And it's a pitcher, right?
Yeah,
he was a relief pitcher.
Yeah, he converted to a starter at some point. I know because he's in the starting rotation for them now. Not sure when exactly he did that because I don't have any innings pitched stats on the back of his card here. But yeah, he's on their starting rotation now. But he started the game before, so fortunately, I was able to get him as he came in after doing just a quick bullpen session beforehand and everything. But he signed everything I had. Who else was there? Chris Herman is one of their catchers. He used to be with, the Twins and the Diamondbacks for a bit. He's actually top 3 in the American Association right now in home runs, RBI, and batting average. So he's near the close to a potential triple crown in that league, which would be kind of cool there. I'm trying to go through my cards here. I've got real quick. Unfortunately, it's got my stuff from both these outings I did, plus one from a couple previous weeks there. And I think those are the big ones. I also got Brian O'Grady. O'Grady was played with Tampa Bay and San Diego. And also got a Mike Rodolfo, who I needed for my 21 Heritage Miners set.
Nice.
Which, heads up for anybody going to see Kansas City play, this first name is Miker. It looks like it's Micker, Micker. It's Miker, and he will correct you on it. So just go with Miker on that.
Yeah, how many times in his life has he had the wrong name pronounced?
Probably quite a bit, yeah. But didn't have anybody for Cleveland. Cleveland's down to only having one former major leaguer on their roster now. Oh, I got Jacob Robson as well, former Tigers outfielder. Forgot him.
Okay.
So then on Sunday, went down to Frisco. We had the Frisco Rough Riders at home against the San Antonio Missions, so the Padres and Rangers AA squads. And I don't think I've ever been able to say this before until today, but in one single day, I was able to get both the number one prospects for two different teams to sign for me in a single day.
Wow, good for you.
Yeah, got for the Padres, it's Jackson Merrill. He signed. I had two cards of him. He only signed the one right there.
That's a nice signature, though.
Oh, yeah, I like it. It turned out great and everything. But he will not sign his 21 Bowman card because it is not him on the card.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, if you look, the batter on it is right-handed, and he refused to sign because of that. Because I thought it was just like he didn't want to get resold because, first Bowman and everything like that. So I asked him, would you mind personalizing? He's like, no, I don't sign at all. I'm like, all right, cool, no problem. And then
add that to your list. You got to add that to your database list.
Oh, I'm a step ahead of you. I got that one put in. Yep.
All right, good.
Did that yesterday. But yeah, got him. And then after the game, I was able to get Evan Carter, the Rangers' top prospect, who he has been stricken by deafness all year, anytime I've asked. And he also takes a side exit out the stadium, so I've never saw him outside afterward. But there you go. He signed a card for me right there.
That's a nice one.
And I've already got somebody who needs it for a set, who has somebody that has a set card that I need. So I've already got a trade in progress for that one. I got Carter last year for the 21 Heritage set, so I'm pretty much all set there. But yeah, did really well with both of them. I mean, just looking through here on the it's funny, I was actually looking, Merrill is right now the number 9 prospect in all of baseball, and Evan Carter is the number 6 prospect in all of baseball. I right now have 6 of the top 12 prospects on a signed card so far, which is
very cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, big shock for me to see that. I'm like, wow, hey, hold on a second here. But yeah, just looking through the rest of San Diego's top 30 here, trying to see who else I got. I didn't have anything for Corey Howell, but he always signs. He was great about when I did see him there.
How's Jack Leiter doing?
Not good. He's
what happened to him?
I don't know. I don't think he's ever going to really pan out at this point. He's fallen to the number 5 prospect in the Rangers organization. I don't know if he's even top 100 across Major League Baseball now.
I mean, he's a big kid, isn't he?
He's 6'1", 205. He's not like a huge guy or anything like that. But I mean, he still is having control and command troubles where, I mean, when he gets a guy on base, it seems like he's overthrowing everything. Because, when you pitch out a stretch, typically you lose some speed off your stuff and everything. And it's weird when he pitches out of the stretch. Okay, out of a full windup, he's hitting like 96, 97 on the gun. When he goes out of the stretch, he's been hitting 98 a few times. And I think what's happening is his control also goes down with it. I think he's overthrowing everything. He's trying to make up for that loss of speed by, getting more behind it, and he's losing control because of it. So he ends up overthrowing his fastball and ends up, with it going super high, or he'll bounce curveballs at 58 feet or so. And yeah, you got to figure that out before you get to the major league level. I mean, you got to figure out how to pitch out of the stretch and, how to work with that loss of speed on there instead of trying to ratchet it up too much. So
it just goes to show you that it's a crapshoot, right?
Yeah.
The kid has all the pedigree. He's got the size. He's got the, he's throwing 90 plus, whatever, 95 miles an hour. His dad's a former player and pitcher, and the kid can't figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. The other top 30 I got for the Rangers was Luis Angel Acuna was their pre-game signer that they had at the season ticket the season ticket info tent. So got him on a few cards. Unfortunately, my pen malfunctioned on me, or I didn't prep the card well enough, which I think is ridiculous because I prepped the hell out of those things.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, so it bubbled a little bit on, bubbled real bad on one of them, a little bit on the other two. So yeah, I've been recommended a different pen to check out at least. So I might try one of those soon and report back from there. But overall, I mean, over the last couple of weeks, this is the stack of stuff that I have gotten signed right there.
Wow, look at that. That's probably 100 cards, 150 cards.
It's probably about 100 or so, I think, in here. And that goes back to when when Midland was here a couple of weeks ago, a few TTMs, which I mean, TTM's been few and far between, and then the 2 games this weekend. So yeah, doing pretty decent there at least. I got to put these in with everything.
He is the Yoda. He's the Jedi Master of autographs, man.
Yeah.
I'm jealous. I am jealous.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, I'd still say that Les is significantly more toward Yoda level. I'm kind of like a lower Obi-Wan, basically.
You're still ranked, my friend. Hey, I forgot to tell you, I picked up 4 blaster boxes of Topps Chrome.
Oh, nice.
I got them. I got them yesterday or 2 days ago. and I think either I think it was I think I got it at Target, either Target or Walmart. I forget which one. And so they'll be coming next week when I'm away. But I'm very happy about that.
Nice.
So yeah, how about you? Have you been getting any cards, buying cards?
No, not really. I made a couple trades that have come in, so got a couple of set hits that way, and that's been about it. I posted a whole bunch of stuff on a Facebook group. We'll be talking more about Facebook groups a little bit later here, a little teaser ahead right there. But I posted a bunch in a trading group of all the autograph stuff that I have for trade, and I got like no sniffs on it from anybody. It's weird. I mean, I know there's good stuff in there that's listed there, and I don't know if just nobody has anything I need, or if people are just too lazy to go looking through everything, or what exactly. But yeah, there's been nothing.
That's weird. All right, bud. I think we got all our housekeeping in order. I think we will start batting leadoff.
All right, batting leadoff. It is Hobby Happening.
Let's get the show started. Leading off, we look at hobby happenings.
Smart collectors turn to Sports Collectors Daily to stay up to date. From new releases to incredible collections hitting the auction block, news from inside the business of sports collectibles, and much more, Sports Collectors Daily has it, all with no subscription cost. SC Daily also delivers a live look at the most watched sports card auctions on eBay for every sport. Sign up to get the headlines in your email for free, or just visit the website whenever you like. With 16,000 stories in the archive going back 16 years, there is always plenty to read at sportscollectorsdaily.com.
Yeah, hobby happening. Yeah, we don't have any money in our budget for sound effects. We have to use the cheesy as they get.
Yeah,
okay,
you have to deal with us trying to imitate it. That's yeah.
That's it. Hobby happens is kind of a summary of what's been going on in the hobby. We're we only got a couple days here because we obviously recorded Saturday, so we only got a couple days worth of news. I just want to remind everyone that if you've been living under a rock, the National is here, actually going to the VIP what is it called? Meeting, dinner, whatever they want to call it, right? The signing.
Yeah, the preview night. Preview
night. And it is going to be Bob Lilly, BJ Armstrong, and Marcel Dion there. Are going to be there. I've got photos and cards for all these guys to sign, so looking forward to that. Hopefully we'll see some listeners there, and looking forward to it. Then we will do the a little preview, and then on Wednesday night, my wife and I are going to go to the Next Gen party. They have a party off site, and we're going to go check it out and partied up with Scott, right, and his team. So we're looking forward to that. And then we're going to go, we have dinner plans basically every night. One night we're going to do Clemente and Les, and we're going to Gibson's, and then we're going to an Italian restaurant, and then we're going to Harry Carey's one night. So I'm going to put on like 10 pounds at this show. Looking forward to it. So I will be reporting on social media about everything that's going on in the National. So make sure you follow me there. Drew, we have some grading numbers to let you guys know about.
We do. We've got them for the first half of the year already here. We've gotten from January through June, almost 8 million cards graded across the companies through the first half of the year.
That's just a wow. That is just a wow, Drew.
It is. PSA leading the way, as you probably would expect, 6.4 million cards graded by them. That is a 6% increase over the first 6 months of 2022. SGC 575,000. That is a 34% increase since last year. Beckett 390,000 cards graded. That's a 28% increase. CGC a 10% decrease, but still 468,000 cards. That puts them solidly in third there between SGC and Beckett. So
yeah,
nice job there by the new kids on the block there.
Very cool. Imagine 8 million cards, Drew. That's a lot of friggin' cards.
No kidding. I mean, I don't even know if I could fit 8 million in this room here without having it up to my knees, basically, or well, up to my waist, probably.
I would be living in the backyard if I had 8 million cards in this house.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, Drew, we have some news from our friends at ComC. PSA and ComC have instituted a new partnership. ComC users can submit their cards to PSA for authentication and grading through ComC. So that's a nice another way to submit your cards. ComC sells a lot of cards, and I know they're on eBay, and there's also they have all sorts of users. So that's a great deal for ComC users to be able to submit their cards through ComC to PSA. Also, Brett Wiggins. He was the president and CEO of PWCC, and Fanatics has taken over, and they have let Brett go. So Brett is no longer with PWCC. Not a surprise, right, Drew? That's not really much of a surprise.
Yeah, not a surprise, and also disappointing, though. I mean, at the same time, though, hey, fine, he's out of there. Then maybe he can go and start something else that'll maybe be able to compete with Fanatics in some of those ways.
Yeah, initially there were thoughts that he was going to stay on with them, but evidently Fanatics made the decision, and they're a little ruthless sometimes when it comes to people, I think.
Yep, just yeah, I'll leave it at that.
All right, we have some new releases to let you guys know about this week. Panini Legacy NFL is coming out in a couple days. I believe it is coming out on Thursday. You get 12 packs of 8 cards per pack. There's going to be 2 autos. I don't have a price on that, but Panini's Legacy NFL is coming out in a couple days.
Got a Panini WWE offering coming out. Their Select set will be out for 2023. Get 12 packs of 5 cards, 2 autos, and 1 memorabilia card per box there. So some nice hits, it sounds like, in there. Also, no price point available on that just yet.
Yeah, Panini Select draft picks are coming out. This is college football NFL 2023. There's 3 packs per box. You get 15 cards per pack, and there's 3 autos. So prices will be coming out shortly. They're coming out in a couple days as well.
For the basketball collectors out there, Panini Chronicles NBA is hitting the shelves. Get 6 packs of 8 cards, 2 autographs per box. We do have a price on this one. That's going to run $250 for a hobby box.
Just a couple more news items. We lost Mike Ivey. Mike Ivey was the first pick in the 1971 MLB draft. He played from 1971 to 1983. He played for the Padres, the Giants, the Astros, and the Tigers. He was, a first baseman, a third baseman. I think he played a little outfield as well. He was one of 5 MLB players to hit 2 pinch hit grand slams in the same season. Mike Ivey, he was a very good TTMer. He was kind of hot and cold, right? He's one of those guys that kind of ran hot and cold, Drew.
Yeah, he did. I never got him myself. I did get him in a trade, though, at one point for my 72 set there. But yeah, he started out as a catcher, actually, and then moved to first base there when he had some throwing troubles early on.
Yeah, I had gotten him for my 78 set. Mike Ivey passed away. He was 70 years old.
Hey, big news from Facebook here for any of you collectors that are on there and looking for some groups. Longtime listener of the show, Dave Snyder, has started up a group on there called Cardboard Exchange. Great place, hopefully, to do some trading once they get some more members to it. I think it's only about 20 members or so right now. So going to get on there and, make some trades. It's definitely a collector-focused group and not like a investor and flipper kind of focused group, the way that a lot of the Facebook groups have become there. So looking for a good place to trade, just make some, generic sales, no crazy, quick flips or anything like that for high money or anything. Go and check it out. Cardboard Exchange is the name of the group on Facebook. Jeff and I both joined it just
yeah,
today,
we both joined. So we're looking forward to some cool exchanges, some cool trades on the group. Dave Snyder is a great collector. We've had him on the show, and maybe we'll have him on a couple weeks to talk a little about the group and what he's been up to. Very cool. All right, Drew, thank you. Guys, we have a fun interview this week, informative interview with Ezra Levine. Ezra Levine, of course, used to be the CEO at Collectibles. He is now the CEO of a company called Mascot, and they are a inventory management software and a place where you can sell your cards in multiple marketplaces. There's no charge to join and download the software. And we talked to Ezra about his new company, about what inspired him to go join this company and why he chose this company, and all the cool things that you can do in this new marketplace. So make sure you check it out. It is Mascot. Check it out, and please enjoy my interview with Ezra Levine, new CEO of Mascot.
This week's interview is brought to you by Certified Sports Guarantee, CSGcards.com for superior sports card certification and grading. The Certified Collectibles Group is playing to win. CGC Trading Cards and CSG are combining into CGC Cards, solidifying its position as one of the world's largest and most prominent card grading services. With the merger, collectors get a number of upgrades, including the option to submit without a paid membership, a Gem Mint 10 grading scale, a sleek new label, a simplified submission process, and prices you are going to love. Grade all your cards with CGC Cards and visit cgccards.com today.
All right, guys, we have a very special guest today. We have Ezra Levine. See, Ezra Levine. Ezra Levine. I got it.
Yeah, perfect.
Got it. Ezra, of course, was CEO of Collectibles.com. He has left Collectibles, and he has joined a new company and reformulated company, if you will. The new company's name is Mascot. You can follow them on social media with Mascot, and at their website is www.withmascot.com. And Ezra's going to tell us a little about the new company that he's with, and really exciting things that are happening with it. So Ezra, why don't you tell us a little about Mascot and who's it for, and what people can do there?
Yeah, great. I found a company last year called Slabfolio, which truly blew my breath away. I was incredibly impressed by what it could do. I thought, there were some things that were challenging about using the platform, but when I really dug in and understood and saw the potential of what it could be, I said, as much as I love collectible, and I did, as much as I believe in the fractional markets, and I do, that this was a bigger opportunity in my opinion. And so, I decided to come on board Slabfolio. Since taking over Slabfolio, we changed the name to Mascot. We thought this had much wider applications than just sports cards. And so hence the, sort of the removal of the name Slab and onto other categories as well. But essentially what Mascot is, it's actually an acronym that we've stolen from Dr. James Beckett. So it stands for multi.
When you're going to steal, you got to steal from the best, right?
So I'll be honest with your audience. We didn't originally create the name Mascot as an acronym. We just happened to like the name Mascot. We thought it was kind of punchy and catchy and cute. When I told Dr. James Beckett, who is a friend and a mentor, if you're, sort of an industry leader or want to be an industry leader, having a relationship with Dr. James Beckett is, always a good idea. And so, I spoke to him and I said, here's what we're doing. Here's the name Mascot. And he said, that's a brilliant name. And I said, brilliant. Why? Well, I appreciate that. But why is it brilliant? He said, it's a great acronym. And I said, acronym? He goes, yeah, multi-sales channel technology, Mascot. And I said, wow, that's amazing. I'm stealing it and I'll give you credit. So multi-sales channel technology, really what Mascot does, and it really does two things. Mascot is the easiest way to manage your collection and the easiest way to list your collection for sale, simply put.
So Ezra, is this, when you initially conceived this and kind of rebranded it, are you looking for your initial customer or the target market? Is it the collector, or is it the the store owner, or the dealer, or is it a combination of both?
What got me excited was there's so many applications of Mascot depending on who you are or who you're with. I'll give you a bunch of examples. If you're a new marketplace forming, there's new marketplaces forming all the time.
All the time.
The biggest challenge for a marketplace is getting inventory. The easiest way for new marketplaces to get inventory is to sync up with Mascot, where people who already have inventory on the platform that are already sending to eBay and MySlabs can also send to their marketplace just with one click of a button. If you're a grading company, one of the biggest leading indicators of a grading company's success is secondary market efficiency, secondary market velocity, how easy it is to sell the items that are in that slab. Yep. Right. By integrating with Mascot, not only can we get items directly to them, but we can get it on the secondary market very easily, which thus, sort of creates that flywheel effect to get items in the door. If you're a collector, people have pain points just managing collections. I've seen people at shows and whatnot, and through conversations, who literally keep track of their collection on the back of a napkin, or with pencil on a paper, or the clunky Excel spreadsheets. There's not a lot of great digitized, easy management tools. This does everything you want for it. If you're a dealer, you have thousands of items that are constantly being recycled. How do you keep track of your costs? How do you keep track of your P&L? What do you do when your accountant comes calling around tax time? It's a real massive pain point. The list could go on and on and on. If you're a hobby shop, now you have to comply with Fanatics' requirements. You need a lot of data. How do you keep track of that data? Mascot, right? There's so many applications. I could keep going, by the way, but there's so many applications of Mascot.
Oh, I'm sure you could.
There's so many applications of Mascot that make this a really awesome, almost operating system, depending on who you are and what your affiliation is in this industry. And that's what really got me excited. When we took over Slabfolio, we really did three things primarily as our first course of business. One is we changed the whole user experience. Slabfolio was amazing when it came to functionality and features, but it was hard to navigate. Mm-hmm. We made it a lot simpler. You can literally within 60 seconds get 1,000 items into Mascot, have it beautifully displayed, pull in all of your high-res images, and that's through direct relationships and partnerships with all the major grading companies. So we're integrated, PSA, SGC, Beckett, CGC, and Tag at the moment. Other grading companies hopefully will come on board shortly.
So are we scanning cards in and taking pictures of them, or we're using existing images that we have through a grading company and through eBay or any other marketplaces?
Yeah, great question there. So there's really three or four different ways to get your inventory in. Whatever kind of form or function you have it in right now likely works. So you can either enter in serial numbers manually. You can do that. When you do that, essentially it'll pull any data automatically for you that is stored by the grading company. A lot of the grading companies have high-res images of your cards already stored. By simply putting in the serial number, a high-res image will come up. All the details around what the product is, the grade, the serial number, all that stuff will populate automatically for you. The other way to do it is if you have an Excel spreadsheet, you can essentially upload that spreadsheet directly onto Mascot. It will read whatever columns you have. You have to map them out, but it takes, I kid you not, a couple seconds to do. If you already have scans of the cards, simply just drag and drop scans, either in bulk or file, whatever you want to do, just drag it in there, and our technology will read all of it and pull in that image along with all the data on those items directly for you. So it's very easy to get items in. I've seen demos where I've seen users, I should say, have files of thousands of cards. I was just with Gary Vaynerchuk yesterday. He had 300 cards that he pulled from PwC. It took him 37 seconds to have his entire collection populate right into Mascot. He was absolutely blown away by it. So very easy to get items in.
My question to you is, I know you can do raw cards now, and you can also do, I know you guys are doing comic books and TCG cards and non-sports cards and the like. Is there any way to do unopened stuff, unopened packs, unopened cases, unopened boxes, unopened sets, that kind of stuff?
So you piggybacked off of what I started to answer in the previous question, which is other things we did. We also expanded the categories that we're in. When we took over Slab Foley, we were just graded sports cards. You're right, Jeff. Now we're graded or raw sports cards, non-sports cards, TCG. That means Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, anything sort of in that category, and comics, either raw or graded. Sealed product, I will say, has been by far the most requested expansion that I've heard, and that's likely coming from distributors, that's coming from hobby shops, that's coming from collectors. We are going to be working pretty actively after we just get through launch and after we get through the national to enable the support of sealed products. So my hope, and I never want to put time frames because you never know these things, but we're going to be working very hard to get sealed product available as quickly as we can, and then from there, pretty much any category in collectibles, I think this product can really support and make managing and listing of those items very easy.
How about autograph cards? Cards that are autographed, not factory autograph cards. Like, we do TTM. So I have thousands of cards that have been signed by guys. So when I manage my inventory, I have to say, is it autographed or not autographed,
Yep. If it's in a slab, so if it's slabbed and there's an auto grade, that will automatically be read by the software. So it'll give you two grades. Essentially, one is, the card grade, even if it's authentic, or, it'll give you both the card grade and the autograph grade. If there's no autograph grade on it, you can always mention the fact that it's there in the listing description, or you can put what's called a tag. So you can indicate directly on the tag that it is autographed. So yes.
Now, does it manage value of the cards so that I scan in a 1976 Fred Lynn that's a PSA 7, and does it give a current value of that card?
So we partnered up with a company called Card Hedge. I was very impressed by their technology, and I was also impressed by their depth of catalog. They keep track of real-time pricing on the largest assortment of cards in the industry out of any data pricing provider. So we partnered up with them. We're working very hard to get that integration in. My assumption is either shortly before or shortly after this podcast airs, you will be able to see a real-time pricing of your collection. What that means is really two things. When you upload inventory to the platform, to the extent that card is kept in Card Hedger's database, not every card is there yet, it will pull in the last comp or the last couple comps on those cards, which will just make it easy for you to know what your collection may be worth at any time. But it'll also be very informative when it goes to, the price at which you should list your cards for sale. Knowing, by and large, where it's been trading or what it might be worth will make it easier for people to say, okay, I'm going to list my card for this because last comp was this. You could also do, bulk pricing, which means if you want to say, all right, I want to change my pricing all across my entire collection by 2%, 1%, 10%, and you name it all in one shot. You don't have to change the pricing on every listing. You can do this all in bulk. It's really an incredible tool once people see it.
So you're not selling cards through the marketplace. It's just you're just selling it through. So if I have an account with eBay or I have an account with PWCC or whoever, that card when it's sold, it could be sold through Mascot, right? So I'm in Mascot. I'm looking for a rookie Jim Rice card, and I found a Jim Rice card that I want to purchase, but it's on sale through eBay. Do I have to leave Mascot to purchase that card, or does that card can I purchase it through Mascot?
Yeah, to clarify any confusion, so Mascot itself is not a marketplace.
Right.
So you're not transacting on Mascot. We partnered up with existing and very reputable marketplaces. Right now, we have partnerships with eBay, MySlabs. We have an integration with Shopify, which allows you to list items on Amazon, any social media channel, Facebook, Instagram. We have partnerships that are coming down the pipe with multiple other marketplaces, some of which you could probably imagine. We want to essentially give people the ability to list their items across as many marketplaces as possible, all with the one click of a button. Creating individual listings across multiple platforms is very time consuming,
right?
And it's also fraught with error. A lot of people are doing that at the moment, but what happens is when it sells in one marketplace, you then have to remember that your item is listed on other marketplaces. You got to go log in, you got to remove the listing. And what often happens, and I've heard this from a lot of people, is that they either forget to do that, which means people will then buy the item on a different marketplace, and that affects their feedback if they have to say, oh, sorry, it's already sold. Buyers are often unhappy because they buy something thinking it's theirs, only to find out that in fact, the item is already sold and the seller can't fulfill. So all that to be said is that yes, you can create one listing, Mascot. It'll integrate with your existing marketplace accounts. And so when you create a listing on Mascot, it creates listings all across any integrated marketplace.
So if any transaction happens, it happens across all the different marketplaces. If you sell a card through eBay and it's listed on Facebook Marketplace, then it will come down from all the different marketplaces once it's sold.
Yeah, correct. What Mascot will do is Mascot automatically and instantaneously removes all other listings for you. So you have 10 different listings up of the same item. If it sells on eBay, all other 9 listings will automatically be removed for you. So you don't do anything. Mascot handles all that for you.
And right now it's a free service, correct?
Free service. The intention is to always keep the basic tools free. We are building premium features. Think of advanced pricing algorithms and sort of advanced features that you may need. That likely won't be free. And we're also we've structured a bunch of commercial arrangements with various vendors that enable us to make money as well.
So if I want to go into Mascot and I want to manage my inventory, but I want it to be private and it doesn't show up in a search tool or any of the marketplaces, is that the default?
Yeah. So if you just sign up for a Mascot account, essentially you'll get all the basic management tools for free. So you can get your items in very easily. You can just manage, you can see where you own, you could see, the pricing of it. You could sort, filter, just keep track of it all really elegantly. If you want to integrate with other marketplaces, you certainly can. You have to integrate all of your other channels directly on Mascot, and that gives you the full functionality right now, which is really just manage and the fastest listing tool in the market.
When you when you left collectibles and you were looking for another opportunity, what appealed to you most about joining Slabfolio and then rebranding it as Mascot with these new features and benefits?
Yeah, I mean, I was truly, and it almost sounds a little cliched to say this, but truly, when I first saw Slabfolio, when you sort of had to look past a little bit what was there at the moment, just see the full potential of it. I saw so much opportunity, and I saw a product that I think could really be used by almost every different type of market participant. It made the whole experience of managing and listing so much faster, so much easier. There were so many applications for new marketplaces, so many applications for grading companies, so many applications for various partnerships. And I think the two most scarce things that people have in general oftentimes are time and money. And this really solved time and money for a lot of people. When I say time, what used to take hours or days now takes minutes or seconds with Mascot. And when I say time, there's an interesting stat that there's about 10 times more buyers of collectibles than there are sellers of collectibles. And
Okay.
there's probably a bunch of theories and theses as to why that could be. One of mine that I firmly believe in, because I've had direct firsthand experience with this, is just how clunky and how time consuming it is to create listings and just actually sell items. It's hard. It's not like no one's come up with a really elegant, fast solution for how to sell items in this industry. And this, I think, really is that tool that solves it. So when I saw this product, I said, here's something that I think could be used by everyone. Here's something that I think has a lot of use cases and applications. And we came in and we really did three things. I think I said this already, but we made it a lot faster through direct partnerships, all the grading companies. You can get items in about 100 to 200 times faster than you could on Slabfolio. You can, just navigating the platform is much easier. And we expanded, what types of items the platform can support. And again, I think we're, within not too much time, we'll be in as many categories as possible.
Is the full platform up and running now as we speak?
Platform's up and running with mascot.com. Sign up for free. Follow us on social media at with Mascot. We'll be at the National, which is coming up obviously next week or this week, whenever this airs. We'll be at booth 329 in the corporate section. Please come check it out, see a demo, and I think you'll see what I saw.
Is it strange for you going from a big company like Collectibles to a small company, really a startup? What do you have, 6 employees? I think I read.
Yep.
Yeah, so when you're in a startup and you're a small company, you kind of do everything, right? There's not oh, pass it over to Jim, he'll do it, and pass it over to Tony, he'll do it. It's like, Ezra, you're doing it. That's a great idea, but you're doing it.
When I mentally committed to leaving Collectible, there were a bunch of opportunities I was considering. A lot of them were more established companies, big companies that everyone would know in this space, and then more early stage company like Mascot. And whether I'm crazy or nuts or whatever it is, I love early stage companies. I love rolling up my hands, getting dirty. I love, seeing just the direct impact of the work you're putting in versus the output. I love the potential. I love, kind of building something from nothing up to something that's huge. So I love that. I really love early stage companies. It doesn't.
Yeah, I do too.
I find it very exhilarating and very exciting. And so ultimately, also I should say, I love the team who I was joining. I love the founders. Very successful entrepreneurs who've built, publicly traded companies worth billions of dollars. I saw this application of, kind of inventory management, multi-sales channel technology really work in other categories. A prime example is with the secondary market tickets. If you have tickets to, whoever your fandom is, I'm a Giants fan. I love football. I'm a New York Giants fan. So if I have, Giants tickets for Sunday in the fall, and for whatever reason I can't go to the game, there's really 2 options for me. I could list it on one marketplace, call it Vivid Seats or StubHub, but I'm only limited to the amount of buyers who that marketplace has. Or I could use tools that essentially send the same tickets out to 12 different marketplaces: StubHub, Vivid, SeatGeek, Ticketmaster, TickPick, you name it, all the marketplaces out there. By the same effort that I could put into listing on just StubHub, I could do it all to 12 different marketplaces, maximizing my eyeballs and potential buyers. And so I think, we've seen this work in other categories, and I don't see a reason why it's not going to work in collectibles. And that's something that's also very exciting to me.
Where do you see the acceptance rate ramping up to? Do you think this is going to be accepted by the hobby in 6 months, in a year? Where do you see mentally, like, okay, a year from now we're going to be right where I want to be and where I think we can make a difference? Or is it, when is that time frame in your mind?
Great question. I think when people see this and they understand it, they're going to realize I need to be on it. And I can't believe I wasn't on it before. I do think people need to see things to really believe it, and they need, sort of that critical mass of adoption sometimes. What I'll also say about this industry in particular, I would say, is this industry is not an early adoption industry. People
True.
tend to be a little bit more of a laggard when it comes to adopting new technologies. I've used this example, but I think it's important. You know, I've had so many conversations with Joe Orlando, and I think a lot of people know Joe
Sure.
Orlando used to be, the president and CEO of PSA. PSA obviously is one of the biggest brands and grading companies in the space. And what he would say is people think PSA was an overnight success. PSA had 10 dark years. PSA was on the verge of bankruptcy many, many times for 10 years. And now, they're $1 billion plus company, right? So always tough to pinpoint exactly when new technologies and new ways of doing things will be adopted in this industry. What I will say is I've never believed stronger in a product that this is something that the market needs and will adopt. And our job is to get the word out as much as possible, demo the product as much as possible, get in front of enough people for them to really see the power of it.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I don't sell the stuff, my stuff, but my wife has been on me for the last 6 months to get an inventory of what I have because she has no idea what I have. And if something happens to me, it's a room full of cards to her. Mickey Mantle's the same as Stan Pappy to her. She doesn't know the difference. So
Well,
I'm
I would,
interested.
I would recommend Mascot to you then, Jeff.
Yes. Well, I signed up for my
my.
account yesterday, I think, or 2 days ago. So I have to go and get going on this because I've been doing this manually in a notebook.
Exactly. And there's so many people just like you, Jeff. And it's one thing I've been hearing is if God forbid anything were to happen to me, my kids or my spouse or whoever it is, my family would have no idea what it's worth, where it is, where I bought these things, how to handle it, how to manage it. And so for people like you, and I think there's a lot of them, this is a really great tool for you to start utilizing.
Yeah, I mean, it's a burden you don't want to pass on to your kids or your wife, and it's much needed. Who do you see as your competition? Is there anyone else out there that's kind of in the space right now?
Well, on competition, I've been asked this question a few times, and what I would say to competition is, I always like competition. I don't.
No. I know. I wasn't saying the. I mean, it's good to be the only person doing it, right? But
there are a couple companies doing something similar. I would point to there's a company called Car Dealer Pro, and there's another company, I believe they're called Chroneos, who have the inventory management part of it.
Yep.
I don't think they've kind of done what we've done. I don't think their technology is nearly as good. I don't think their relationships and partnerships and distribution are nearly as good. All those also are paid subscription products for basic tools. Ours is completely free. I think there's so many ways why we're going to really kind of differentiate ourselves and be better than those tools. But what I will say is, and I mean this seriously, I always like competition. When there's competition, it means you're onto something, and it means that there's something worth building there. And I also like competition because seeing what competitors are doing, really allows you to, sort of build the best product to be able to, just give your users the best experience. So I always like competition. I always find competition to be something good as opposed to something negative. But certainly there are other tools out there. I just think ours is the best by a good amount.
AI has been really the buzzword, right? In computers and technology in the last year. Is there any form of AI that's built into this, or something that can help make it even easier for the user to get his or her collection into the system?
Yeah, so the collection part is really done through all APIs. I would say a few of the grading companies are integrating AI into their process. So whatever they integrate in their process will flow through to our process too. We are experimenting with AI when it comes to listing descriptions.
Mm-hmm.
With things like ChatGPT, for instance, you could create pretty elegant and pretty good listing descriptions for items across marketplaces with very minimal effort. So we are experimenting with that. We want to make sure if we implement it, that it's implemented well, as opposed to just saying we have AI. What I will also say is, as much as people want AI and like AI, in this category in particular, people are often scared of new technologies and not always, early to adopt it. It is something we're looking at. I do think, the advent of it will make everything a lot easier going forward. And, we always want to be pretty progressive when it comes to technology adoption.
Sure. What are your plans for the national, and what's your goals for the national in terms of meeting your plans going in? Because it's obviously it's a perfect timing to get the word out about Mascot, but what are your goals for, what would you like to see from the company coming out of the national?
Yeah, I would say it's two things primarily. One is on the user side, which is really just showcasing the product to as many people as we possibly can. Truly, it's a product that once people see it and understand it, I'm incredibly confident they're going to love it and really want to start using it. So, we're going to be giving demos. We're going to have a booth in the corporate section. You'll be able to sign up. You'll be able to see what it does and how it looks and how fast it is. So on the user side, just getting the word out, having this in front of as many people as possible. On the corporate side, there's, I think I mentioned this before, there's a lot of applications for other companies in this space, really established companies, to find success through partnership with Mascot. We have a lot of meetings set up, whether marketplaces, grading companies, product suppliers, you name it. There's a whole host of meetings that we have. My days are packed to the gills out there, and excited to really showcase the capabilities of Mascot to other vendors and other companies who can work directly with Mascot to help accelerate their businesses as well.
We're speaking with Ezra Levine. He is the brand new CEO. How long have you been on the job, Ezra?
4 months.
4 months. The platform just opened this past week. Is called Mascot. You go to With Mascot. That's all on social media. With WITH Mascot, MASCOT. At With Mascot on all social media to follow them. You can go to the website, which is withmascot.com. Do you have to download an app or anything, or how does the user get to use it, or you just draw? I think I just went on the website and signed up for a user ID and password on the website. Is that the only way to get on?
As of right now, it's just website based.
Yeah.
You have to go to the website, www.withmascot.com. We are building a mobile app, and we hope to get that out as soon as we possibly can. I think particularly when it comes to shows and when people are on the go, having a mobile presence is very important. You can use it on your mobile, on your phone. So if you just go, open up a browser, type in withmascot.com, you can certainly use it, get items in it. It's not as good in terms of functionality as going through the desktop version if you're by your computer.
Yep.
So as of right now, www.withmascot.com. And that's probably the best approach for you as of today.
And Mascot allows you to manage your inventory, your collectibles inventory. It doesn't have to be cards. It can be comic books and gaming cards and other things, right? Ticket stubs? Do we do ticket stubs and photos and all that kind of stuff, or no?
Not yet. Tickets, photographs, all that stuff that is easy for us to unveil will also be coming. First order business, I think, is going to be sealed product, wax, you name it. Tickets, photographs, you name it, memorabilia, all that is firmly on a radar.
Yearbooks and programs and that kind of stuff.
All that stuff. Again, this program will and should work for all those categories. We want, I think that the average collector doesn't always just have, one form of collectibles. They don't always just have trading cards. They can have, I know for myself, I have tickets, I have photographs, I have cards, I have memorabilia. I want one platform that handles everything for you, and that's one thing that Mascot will be doing in the not too distant future.
Very cool. So it's a new inventory management program for collectibles, we'll say right now. It also allows collectors to sell their collectibles through multiple sales channels. So that's really cool. And it is also tied in with the four or five major grading companies, right? Did I miss anything?
SGC, CGC, and TAG are our current grading partners now. So if you have any of those slab cards or you want to submit items directly to them, you can do that with Mascot.
All right, make sure if you're going to Chicago at the National, make sure you stop by their booth. They will be at the National in the corporate section. What's the booth again? Number again?
329.
329. All right, my friend. Anything else you want to add before I let you go?
Always a pleasure to be on the show, Jeff. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for the great content always. And if you're at the National, please stop by the booth 329. We'd love to talk to you. We'd love to help get your collection set up. And I think, again, once people see the product, they understand it. I think they're really going to love it. And we're just excited for the opportunity.
All right, so we'll have you on in a couple of months when you're up and running and you have some statistics to share with us, user interface and all that kind of stuff. And I'm sure you'll have 12 new things going on at that time.
Awesome, Jeff. Yes, I would.
All right, thank you. Safe travels, and I will see you in Chicago.
Take care, Jeff. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Buying and selling sports cards has never been easier thanks to the free Collect app. With 1 million collectors on the app, you can find just about anything. Build your PC, sell off your cards for top dollar, trade up to get your Grail card. Are you new to the app? Don't worry about it. There's an option to check out with credit card, generate shipping and tracking, and use promo credits towards deals. Download Collects, that's Collect, C-O-L-L-X, for free on the App Store or Google Play. Well, Drew, I'm looking for big things for Mascot because Ezra Levine took collectibles from a nothing company and just an idea to a leader in our hobby in a short time. And I'm really interested in the new software. And then, I don't know about you, but I've been starting to get my inventory all in order, and I've been doing it by hand. So it's like now I have a complete computer place to put all this stuff, which I'm very thrilled about. And there's no charge to use the software, and it's not just for store owners; it's actually for collectors as well. So check it out.
Definitely sounds like a good idea. I mean, anytime you see, there's some people in any branch of really anything where when you hear their name and hear that it's attached to something, you go, "Oh, that's going to be good." Ezra's one of those guys that I think when it comes to the tech side of sports collectibles, he's one of those guys. So definitely take a look at this new venture that he's got going on.
I agree. I hope you guys enjoyed my interview with Ezra Levine from Mascot. All right, guys, this Saturday, we do not have a show. There will be no TTMcast show on this Saturday. Drew gets to sleep late. He gets to have a big breakfast. He gets to take his wife out. He can do whatever he wants. Maybe he'll go to 73 baseball card shows and go to 73 baseball games and get millions of autographs. Drew, you are free. I've set you free for Saturday.
Yay! Which, of course, what happens this week, we only have the Gary South Shore Rail Cats, or the other company in town, who have nobody on their team. So it's like, oh, great. I get to sit at home. So
wouldn't it? It's always the way, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's funny because we have a up and down schedule, right? Sometimes we're really busy and other times we have nothing to do. And it always seems to be the time that we have something to do, we get like 4 other invitations. And the time that there's nothing to do, we're just sitting there like looking at each other, watching some stupid movie on Netflix. So I don't know. It's just weird.
Yeah, we got the same thing going on here typically. So yeah, nothing this weekend for the graphing at all. Have fun at the National. We'll be keeping up with you from there and everything. And that reminds me, I need to get you those hockey ones to look out for as well.
All right,
so
yeah, send me that.
I'll email you that list here right after this.
Yeah, text it to me if it's a small list. All right, guys. Next Wednesday, we will be back with TTMcast 101. We have Pat Hughes. Pat Hughes played for Boston University. Drew. He was on the only Boston University team that made a bowl, which is something. Boston University does not have football anymore. He played 10 seasons in the NFL with the Giants and the Saints. He was a linebacker. He was a really good player. So we talked to Pat about his time in the NFL, his time in college, and signing autographs. So that will be on next Wednesday's show. I think that's it, Drew. Anything else you want to add before I let you go?
No, I think we got everything pretty well covered there. Just, hey, you enjoy the National. Any of our listeners, if you're headed to the National, enjoy it as well. We'll be looking forward to seeing and hearing about what everyone gets out there, and yeah, go enjoy that.
All right. Thanks, buddy. All right, guys, we're going to wish everyone many happy returns. Remember, no show on Saturday, but we will see you next Wednesday. Be good, stay safe, and we will see you on Wednesday.